Hello, in this video, I'm going to highlight all the features that exist in our old software that we need to be built into the new software. So here we have the menu section that's irrespective of the restaurant. It's its own basic entity. The first thing is we can choose the location under which we want to build a menu. So for example, I want it under Ames, Iowa City. And here is a drop-down menu of existing menus under this location. These were inputted previously and they can be clicked on and edited easily. But for this purpose, let's go to add a brand new menu. And then it opens a window on the right-hand side. And let's name this test restaurant. Okay. And then we click save. So the features I want to highlight are the menu headings. This would be such things as appetizers. And then we can add a description, size to share. And we have a status that is active. If we unclick it, it would become inactive and not be shown onto the customer-facing website. So let's make it active and we can click save. And I know there will be other features that you see, but I want to highlight the ones that would be nice to have now, and then the others we can add on at a later date. So let's go on to menu items. These are the items that's under the appetizers. Let's say nachos. And description, chips, cheese, and choice of protein. And the base price is $5. Markup structure, we can either base it on markup based on restaurant markup, which is the percentage increase on the base price. And specify price is an actual just dollar amount. So it's nice. It'll be very important that we can base this on restaurant markup, which is controlled under the restaurant. And we have status, that's active or inactive. If it's active, the customer can see an order. Inactive, it takes away from the customer-facing website. Okay, availability. Here, this dish can be, by default, is available for all shifts, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But if this was a particular dish that's only served during breakfast and lunch, I'm able to choose that. And these shifts correspond to the hours that I define under the restaurant. For example, under the restaurant, for test restaurant, breakfast hours is from 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Lunch is from 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And then dinner would have been 3:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., for instance. But because let's say this is nachos, I want it available for lunch and dinner only, I will click so. There is another option where I can define when this dish is available, like in your software, by custom time, and I can define it as such. But for the most part, whenever we're inputting menus, most items are always available. So by default, it's already all, so I don't have to go into every item and define it because that takes a lot of time. And again, as you can see here, by default, it's available every day of the week. And then we also have dietary labels. And we can enter this in another area. So we've put in spicy, gluten-free, low-carb, vegetarian, and whatnot, because those are the popular labels. And it will be shown next to the food item. Like if I said nachos are, it'll be spicy and organic. Next to it, you'll see a little cartoon picture to signify it with a chili pepper, and organic will probably be like a wheat looking icon. Okay, so the features is a name, description, base price, and how I want to mark it up. The status, being able to toggle between active and inactive. Availability by shifts, and also by custom time and days of the week, as well as dietary labels. Once I'm done with that, I can click save. And yes, we can also add a photo for the food, which is optional for us. And I've requested that you make food images an option and not requirement. So here in the description, because it says choice of protein, now we have to add the sub options. For us, I'll go to modify options, sub options, here, this is the name under which I'll list the options so I know what's under it. So for me, I'll just say nacho proteins. And the customer prompt is, please choose one protein. Min and max selection is 1 and 1 because they can only choose one of the choices. And so now I add under the options of sub option, it would be beef. The base price for beef is $1. Let's say upcharge if they want no meat, there's no upcharge. But because they have to choose, it'll be beef, 1, chicken, upcharge of $1 as well. And let's just say cheese only, it would be $0. Okay. So now under the options, nacho proteins, I have these 3 protein choices, or sorry, cheese is a protein, but it's imperative that we are able to add on to the base price. So right now in your software that isn't. So this is my number 1 priority feature right here of all the things I've talked about. This is the most important for me, is to be able to have a sub option with prices for that, for upcharge. And now that I've made it in here, it exists here under add options, and I can drag and drop accordingly and click save. And now you can preview. Here we go, nachos is spicy, it's organic, the description, the base price, the sub options, and then the sub option listed with the price, the upcharge. Okay, for example, let's do another one. Let's do another menu heading. For example, their burgers. And the description is, all come with a choice of side. I'll click save. Now that's highlighted, I can add regular burger. We'll just do single patty burger. Base price, $5. Again, it's active. It's available all for all shifts, for example, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm going to click save. Now, because it comes with a choice, I need to add those sub options. So I'll call it burger sides, or let's call it sandwich sides. Please choose one side, 1 and 1 again. So for this one is fries, no upcharge, but if they want onion rings, it'll be an extra $2. Side salad, which is another $2. Now, the side salad is a sub options of sandwich sides. But if they choose a side salad, they would then need to choose a salad dressing. So I would then need basically a sub option under a sub option. So in order to do so, I would have to go back to options here and do salad dressings. And then 1 and 1. And then I'll list it as ranch, Italian. And then let's say blue cheese. And there are no upcharges for any of these. Okay, I'll click save. And so it exists here, but now I need to drop this under the sandwich side. So I'll go to sandwich sides. I'll click on side salad, and it exists down here as a drag and drop. So I can now drag the salad dressings up to the linked options under side salad, click save. And now that it's inputted, I can go to add options, and I can drag and drop the sandwich sides, just like so. So all of these, once it's made, is stored in basically a bank that I can drag and drop to any menu items that I make, that I add to the menu. So we'll do a quick preview. Single patty burger, $5, choose one side, fries, onion rings, side salad. If they choose a side salad, then this will pop up as a drop down for them to choose. So let's say all the menu items under burgers have the same exact requirements. Well, that makes it easy because I can highlight this and I can click clone. And it copies literally everything exactly the same. I can just go in and edit. So this is going to be a double patty. And if I had a description, it would have cloned that as well. So I just had to go in, edit the name real quick, change the base price, everything's the same. And then if you preview here, it cloned right into the new one. So that saves a lot of time. So that's another feature that we really would like to add, the cloning features. So let's say menu headings, burgers, I can clone that as well because this is called wraps. They include almost exactly the same menu items, except being called a single patty burger, it's a single patty wrap. Same price, same sides, same everything. So all I have to do is change the name from burger to wrap. Again, it's very convenient and saves a lot of time. So I can clone the menu heading and I can clone the menu item as well. In addition to that, we can actually clone the options. So let's say sandwich sides. I want to do sandwich sides, but I can choose 2 of them instead of just one side. So instead of inputting sandwich sides all over again, because some restaurants has about 10 of them, that's very time consuming. I can just click clone. And so instead of sandwich sides, I would say sandwich sides, pick 2. And then I can just edit this to read 2 sides and then change the min and max selection from 1 to 2. Okay, so now they have to choose at least 2 at a maximum of 2. I'll click save. And then now if I have made that, I can switch it out. And then if you click preview, now the customer can actually choose 2 sides. So they can choose fries and onion rings or any combination of the 3 so that it adds up to 2 sides. So that's another feature that's very convenient, being able to clone menu headings, menu items, and actual options. Let's say I'm done with this menu and this restaurant exists in Ames as well, but at a second location in the same city. But let's say they have a few items different. So instead of inputting a brand new item or a brand new menu, I can just clone the entire menu. And now I can say test restaurant 2, rename it, click save, and here it goes. So now I have test restaurant and test restaurant 2. This one exists on, let's say, 1st Street, and then test restaurant 2 exists on 3rd Street. 2 different locations, same restaurant, slightly different menus. So I can go in, let's say on 3rd Street, rent's more expensive, so their food is a little more expensive. So I can just go in and change the price. And so again, that saves us a lot of time. Now let's say this restaurant is doing well and they're expanding to a different city. It's the same exact menu. Instead of inputting a brand new menu in a different location, I can actually clone this whole menu into a different location. So that all I have to do is click a clone button and then choose a different location. Now I want it in, let's say, Topeka, Kansas. I can go down, find my Topeka, Kansas, click Topeka, Kansas, click save. And now this menu is cloned and saved under Topeka, Kansas. And then there it goes, right there. So let's see. So those are the features. Again, just to iterate, the most important feature right now that I'm concerned with is to be able to add sub options to a menu item and then have an upcharge for those sub options, such as the onion rings, $2. And then to be able to make choices that's under a sub option, that's under a menu item. Because if you look at it, I guess this is a double layer, right? Because of the salad dressing. So side salad, sub option of choose a side,